Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons. And it's so darn cold, but it's so beautiful actually to watch it. My forest is really freezing and there is a wind, and oof, but that doesn't stop me from going to the forest. It's like my energy is draining, but I don't really mind that. It's just when I see these trees, all of them, and no humans at all, then I'm very happy. That even this cold is keeping the humans more away. That I'm alone in this forest. So, my brothers and sisters, I want to talk to you about the dragon's path, the dragon's spiritual path, and to one particular dragon god that I actually mentioned so many times, but he is an important part of our path and very misunderstood. Leviathan. Leviathan is the dragon god that actually more guides more than awakes. Of course, there are a lot of people who are awakened by the dragon god Leviathan, and those people only have one god. But you can say, of course, Leviathan is my dragon god, and I have another one, but that is mainly because you are awakened by one of the other dragon gods, but Leviathan is the one that actually want to see you, want to test you. That is his thing. That is what he does best. Leviathan is interested. He's a very curious dragon, and when he comes before you, he might not come before you as a sea serpent. He is the ultimate shapeshifter. When he comes when he's the guardian of the void, or he's the guardian of the sea, it's totally different. His appearance is totally different, and he can appear before you as something completely different. For example, he can appear before you as a winged dragon, as a very beautiful winged dragon. But he can also appear before you as how he is in the waters, as a sea serpent that is floating in the air. It can be. That is how powerful he is. He can do this whenever he wants. But he does everything for a reason. He never does anything for nothing. The reason for that the Leviathan, for example, I can see as well that I have two dragon gods. Tiamat, the one that awakened me, and Leviathan, because I felt him as a second dragon that wanted to visit me. And so, the second dragon, this Leviathan, is the one that actually teach me so many things, and I actually never wanted his teachings, and the reason for that is because it was too harsh. It was too harsh. I was just suffering from it. But that is what you did. That is why I call his lair, his void, a hell, because it seems that it's showing us our own demons, and that is why he's very misunderstood, thinking that he's some kind of a devil. But in fact, he is the father actually of a lot of dragons, or a mother actually. It's never sure what he is. It's actually the two. He is pure balanced. And whenever there is a dragon awakened, then and Leviathan comes then to be just. It's not really entirely Leviathan. It's just a piece of him. A piece of him is enough to have large energy that is next to you. Very, very large. I mean, Leviathan. Can you imagine his power? His power is for this world. It's just a tiny little dust for him in this universe. He's a universal dragon, while, for example, Tiamat and Pangu are here on this earth. They are the earth and the waters and things like that. But he is the void. He is the gates. And sometimes when we are awakened, he comes. And in just a little tiny bit of it, of course, but he comes. And then you can feel and even sense Leviathan next to you, even though you have another dragon god. For example, a lot of people are awakened by Fafnir. Most of the time, when Fafnir is your dragon god, Leviathan comes and he will eventually guide you as well. And even though it can be that Fafnir agrees in some cases that some of his children need to be guided by him, but sometimes, and that was actually my case, Tiamat didn't want this. And a lot of dragons are actually afraid of Leviathan. And sometimes the first time when I met Leviathan, I was afraid, because I felt this was not the love of Tiamat. This was dark. This was something that wanted to see something from me. But somewhere I felt that it's familiar, it's draconic energy that is coming to me. But it's not Tiamat. And Tiamat, I I think she struggled a bit with his presence, that he should not be there, but yet he was there. And I was a bit of afraid. I saw this shadow coming over me in my bed, and it was in beginning a little bit frightening. Of course, the Leviathan then touched me, and it felt much better. But later on, the lessons came, and the lessons of myself and are not the same as your lesson, by the way. The lessons were very hard and very, yeah. He wanted to see, and he still wants to see your dragon soul. He wants to see your dragon soul be more awakened, and to who you are, you have to awake to who you are as a dragon energy. That is what he mostly wants. He doesn't want to punish us. He never wants to punish anyone. He just cares a lot about spiritual dragon spirits that are still on this path, still on this earth. He is also the one that we have to talk to sometimes when we go from gate to gate, when we are traveling to the dragon realms. He's the one that says if you are worthy to go there. He's more like what I said, Saint Peter is. He holds the key to the gate, and he judges us to what we are and how we are and how much draconic energy we have. He is the judge. He is the dragon judge. But more like that. He's more like a judge. He's more like, yeah. But he is very kind for dragon spirits. He knows it's going to do something to us. He knows that very much. And like I said, he doesn't want you to suffer. He just wants you to be more draconic. And he wants to test you. Sometimes with or without the will of the other dragon gods that awakened you. Or Leviathan is the one that awakened you. Then from the beginning on, and that you have to know, from the beginning on, if Leviathan is the one that wakes you, then you will get tests, of course, but it will completely be the path of Leviathan that you will take. And the people who are awakened by Leviathan, most of the time have no struggle like we do, because we are actually a bit more torn apart what the dragon god wants and what Leviathan wants. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes they can agree on that. You can say, yes, these are my two dragon gods. But when I sometimes see Tiamat struggling with the words of Leviathan, then I see sometimes that I just want to choose the side of Tiamat, because she's such a loving mom, and he was Lord. No, you have to learn. And sometimes Tiamat didn't want this, and but yeah, I would not go back. Of course, if I had to choose not to see Leviathan or see Leviathan, I actually don't know. I actually don't know, because I see a little bit too much, and I feel so much darkness inside of myself that it's now awakened, that I was hiding. I was hiding his darkness and my own darkness. And he said, release the darkness. See everything. And I have to admit, my dragon eye has been developed so much. But did I want that? Did I want to be more different than everyone else? That was my question. And the dragon said, of course, your soul is eternal. This will live forever. If this is awakened, you will be more stronger with every cycle. I'm actually doing you a favor. That is what Leviathan did me a favor. The reason for telling and saying so many things about the dragon's path, the spiritual path, it's not only these experiences that I had, but also some kind of a knowledge about the dragon's path, and that was simply and purely because Leviathan was the second one that came to visit me, and simply because Leviathan is also with you and also influences our path. And that is why Leviathan is such an important part of our path, as a dragon god as he is. He is such an important chapter in our story. So yeah, whenever Leviathan comes, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. He will not harm you. He just sees your dragon soul and sees that it still can be more awakened. So it can be that his test can be harsh, and you have to endure this. But Leviathan somewhere knows that you will, and that you will eventually be on a different path, a stronger draconic path, because he was involved. And he thought that you were worth it, so that you can also go to the Leviathan's void and see your own demons. It's not the demons that you want to fight to. It's just that you need to embrace them. That is what the dragon wants, what Leviathan wanted. That you embrace your own demons. And that your demons will change into something that you will understand. He's now seen as some kind of a demon in Christianity, as one of the 7 gates, the 7 lords of hell. And they are not so far next to it, because when I saw Leviathan's void, that was kind of a hell for me, but it's only meant for, it's only meant for those who can travel. If you do not travel, if you cannot travel, then you fall down into his lair, most of the time caused by depression. And the depression is the last thing you need on the dragon's path. No. So if Leviathan comes to you, like I said, don't be afraid. Just go along with it and accept him, even though your dragon god might not agree with what he does. Sometimes it's just needed to have a stronger eye, a stronger dragon's eye, even though you didn't want this eye. Sometimes the dragon god Leviathan said, "Open your eyes, dragon," and so your eyes must be opened. With all of these lessons that you have, all of these tests that you can have of Leviathan himself. He's not a lord of hell, he's a lord of the void. It's not really hell. And when we go there, it's simply because we need to teach a lesson. And that we need to evolve as dragon spirits. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.